don't know if you can tell, but last night we both slept, I think a total of what, 11? You slept like 10 or 11 hours.
I slept 3 hours before.
So Jason slept a total of 14 hours, which is more than probably the last week all put together for him. And I finally slept like 8 or 9 hours. Bags under my eyes are kind of going away. Anyway, it is Thursday. This is our last full day and night here in Tokyo. We're heading to a meeting to connect with some friends. They have this really cool technology that they're gonna introduce us to. And then after that, we're gonna go again back to Hiro to work with Mike, finalize a few things. And then we're gonna be going to see a friend of ours that we just met last week, someone that has been so inviting and so kind, Mayumi. So my plan today is have the best day ever, end this Japan and Asia trip on a high note, and just head back to the US with a full heart and spend Memorial Day weekend with my wife, Katsu, and Joshua Tree. That's just gonna be magical. We just got here to Zeroko. They have a little cafe and a space inside for food, and they have this crazy technology I can explain later when I learn a little bit more. But let me just show you the space. This is frozen using the technology here. There's no added preservatives, mackerel as well. And they're able to extend the amount of time that you can actually store these. Alright, so we're about to experience the taste difference between something that's been utilizing this technology. So this is 140 days plus inside of this technology.
Crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
This is sushi that was preserved. Just imagine being able to pull something out of your freezer that's made by an incredible chef here in Japan. Or just imagine getting something from any other part of the world. Imagine Italian tomatoes and Italian vegetables using this technology being shipped all over the world any time of the year. That would be badass. And I think that's part of the work that they're doing here, is to create something to give Japanese farmers an opportunity to drive more revenue for themselves, because as you know from the matcha world, farmers are not being taken care of. And I think that this is such a cool thing to do, because part of our whole idea is that we want to protect our industry, which is tea. And this could be something used to preserve that as well. So Jason and I are heading out for the night, and wow, my face is dark. We're gonna be meeting with Mike and Hiro. And then tonight, we're gonna be meeting with a friend of ours named Mayumi Kawamura. She is a Tokyo influencer, key opinion leader. She inspires people to just take a chance, because she came from finance, went into all sorts of different things. And it's really amazing to see that there's a lot of entrepreneurial spirit, especially this female entrepreneurial spirit that's starting to build here in Japan, because there's not a lot of female founders in comparison to the male founders. So we're gonna head out to Hiro now, and I'm gonna get something from Truffle because my belly is rumbling. We just had a quick meeting, and now Takumi is taking us to Torayama, which is this cafe. Actually, they're known for their more traditional Japanese like desserts, and they have something called ryokan, which is my mom's favorite. They also have matcha, so the idea is like, let's go check it out, see what they have, try it, taste it. And then since our friend Mike, who's also head of partnerships for Asia, he's friends with the CEO of the company, maybe there's some synergies and we can find a way to present Nekohama to them at some point on our next trip. We want to have a good balance between modern and more traditional Japanese places, so it sounds like this spot might be the right place. We're gonna try the matcha here, and I have a sneaking suspicion that there might be a slight difference in taste. Not quality, but a slight difference in taste. It doesn't necessarily mean that other matchas aren't as good, but if they're oxidized and they're not preserved and they're not kept in the right temperatures, it starts to break down. What we ended up ordering is something called kakikori, and that's shaved ice with matcha on it, and at the very bottom there's a zuki bean, so it gives it a little bit of sweetness. We also ordered ryokan, and I told you earlier that that is one of my mother's favorite desserts, and they only have one matcha here, so I'm very, very, very curious. We'll report back and let you know how it tastes. Good?
There's a lot of room for improvement.
Okay, when Jason doesn't think it's really good, then usually I won't. You can tell that they're using different whisk than ours. The reason for that is you can see here, there's a really thick layer of foam, but there's another reason that in Japan, all the matcha is very foamy. They don't actually measure the amount of matcha they use. It ranges between 3 to 6 grams depending on the person, and that's kind of why it's not uniform. So let's see. We've been invited to have dinner here at Mayumi's.
Peep the dress.
This is actually her studio space. The space has literally the greatest floor in the world. This floor here is just incredible. This is gonna be our last meal in Tokyo for this trip.